is going on, guys? Welcome back to another flipping and money-making live stream, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, before we even get into it, I know it's been a while because I was on a little bit of a work trip. You can see my face got a lot of sun. I was actually in a warmer place and kind of got sunburned because I had to do a little bit of work outside. So, feels bad, man. But welcome back, everyone. Today is going to be a very, very interesting day. It's not only the first stream back, there was also a very, very big controversial update that came out in regards to flipping in old school RuneScape. So we're going to talk about that today. And on top of that as well, we do have 2.1 bill in the stack ready to flip with today. How are you guys? Welcome back and thank you for tuning in today. Jay Hepner says, nice tan, bro. Thank you, Jay, man. Do appreciate it. You can see my nose got totally sunburned. They had us outside slaving on some data center work. So I had to work on some like satellites too. It was pretty cool. So, but it wasn't great because I got sunburned. So anyway. Regardless, guys, we're going to get into so many different topics here today, but this stream, I want to focus on high margin items specifically, just because I think this update that just came out is going to bring some really, really, really good opportunity for us. So I'd like to investigate maybe a couple of items, see what's looking good, and then we'll see what we can do from there. So anyway, guys, if you do enjoy it, drop a like, and let's go ahead and get a couple of flips listed here. Now, the first flip that I do want to do today is the Elysian Spirit Shield right off the bat. I actually flipped one of these right before, and I could actually get a decent margin on this right now. So I do know where this thing is trading around. I did try it out about, I would say, maybe it was like 30 minutes ago, and I do want to see if the prices are actually remaining where they were before, or the margins, excuse me. So we'll see if we can get a good flip going there today. Some nerd, good to see you, man. Thank you for tuning in. It would be the update regarding real-time prices. That is why they would be, sorry, I'm all over the place. The update that RuneLite is putting out real-time prices on, client, oh my god, how do I explain this? Basically, anyone who uses RuneLite will now have their information sent to a database, and those are going to be real-time prices that you can get off the Grand Exchange. So margins are going to evaporate very quickly over time, I feel, as all the data can be found without having to perform a margin check, up to like 30 seconds to a minute in price history. So basically think of GE Tracker, but not GE Tracker and accurate prices. That's basically what's come out. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in today. Today is going to be a little bit different because I'm a little bit rusty. This whole thing with RuneLite going on is throwing me off my base. I'm glad to talk about it. I'm excited, but it definitely, I think, is going to have a very, very, very bad impact on the stream. So we'll have to see. We'll get into it all and we'll talk about it. So anyway. SS Kappa says, real-time equals we no longer need to price check. That is true, but the problem with no longer needing to price check is no one else needs to price check either. So if that's the case, flipping is going to be a lot more competitive. I do imagine that margins will be quite small unless there is a lot of volatility. And it's really going to matter now what time of day you flip. I really feel that way because you want less people for less competition, for bigger margins, less people looking at margins. Anyway, there's a lot we can get into here. Yes, but this is very right. Jay Hepner says, now is the time to brush up on overnights / investment skills. That is absolutely right, because investments and overnighters and passive flips still going to be fine, not going to be affected by the update. It's just active flipping in specific is in a very, very tough spot as we speak. Real time equals instant undercut. Absolutely. But anyway, I gotta get some flip set, guys. It's been a while. I'm back. Thank you so much for being patient with me, letting me do my work thing, and just kind of getting back. So today's going to be, you know, I always have iffy streams before when I get back after taking a break. So give me a minute to get my commentary back on track. But we're going to go ahead and list the volatile orb. Thank you to everybody tuning in today. We have APC also tuning in. Good to see you. Ezio TV. We'll talk about it in a minute, okay? I'll think of a better explanation. We'll get into it in a second here. Let me just go ahead and list a couple items. I'm all frantic because I literally found out about this update like 30 minutes before I started streaming. So it's just been like processing through my head. I'm like thinking of the future of not only my flipping, but the future of the channel. What are we going to do? It's a lot of ambiguity right now. Now, we do have 740 mil on hand. I would like to actually go ahead and put this into maybe a Scythe of Vitur. So let's go ahead and see where the margin on the Scythe is looking like right now. We'll go ahead and look over on our web browser here, see where we can trade this thing around. And hopefully we can get a good margin on this thing. It doesn't look really that good, but should be good enough. And we'll go ahead and list one of those here, try to flip one, and see how it goes. Acrolance says, are you hiding prices? Acrolance, man, good to see you. Yes, I am hiding prices, and thank you for tuning in today. Lewintag says, hope you have a good stream, bud. Oh, good to see you, Lewintag. Welcome, everybody, to the stream today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome back. I know we haven't been streaming for a few days. Forgive me. There was nothing I could do. I had to go away from my PC, so I couldn't stream. But we are back now, so be sure to ask any questions you might have about flipping or money making in the live chat, and let's make some bank today, guys. We're going to do our best. I mean, I want to get into this update, what it means for the streams. It's a really bad, like, it's not good for the channel. We'll put it that way. World of RS says, hey, Ceronomics, did you like the cat drinking milk? I hope your flipping is good. World of RS, thank you, man. I did like the video. I do appreciate it. I love cats. You know that. And it was very cute. Yes. So, where is the RuneLite real-time pricing? It is on the wiki. So, let's talk about this RuneLite real-time pricing, right? So, if you didn't know and you're a little bit late to the party, you're not that late, trust me. RuneLite announced that they would be now uploading real-time prices for items that is derived from players trading items back and forth, right? So people regularly using the Grand Exchange and flippers, it's going to take their information and put it onto the OSRS wiki, where you can get a real-time margin on an item upwards. I think it's like the fastest time that it updates is like 30 seconds or so. So it's 30 seconds to a minute updates, price updates on that site. Super, super accurate. Now, there's a pro side and a con side to this, okay? And I might go down a rabbit hole talking about this because I really am passionate about it, and I might even make a video literally right after the stream in regards to this update and what it means for me, what it means for flipping as a whole, and everything that goes into this. So, you can now find real-time price information on the OSRS wiki for any item that's traded back and forth. You can go ahead, find the margin, trade the margin instantly. Now, what does that really mean for flipping, right? So, for example, if everyone has information that they can use to flip items back and forth and not have to perform a margin check, that means essentially information for prices is free. Now, if pricing is free, then flipping is more competitive, right? Because you don't have to pay a margin check to get the price on an item because you already know what the price is off the website. So what this actually does is it makes flipping very, very easy, but it's going to make margins very, very small because now you basically have unlimited competition on not only lower volume items, but high volume items too. I mean, you always know where these things are trading around. Now, it specifically impacts the lower volume items the most, right? Things like Elysians, Volatile Orbs, Scythe of Vitur. These things are going to be extremely bad flips going forward because there's this real-time price information, right? So if everyone has access to that pricing, well, there's not going to be a big margin. So it was a little bit of that price ambiguity without this data that made flipping very, very powerful. But now that this is out, I do see a very big downside as far as flipping goes. And it's just from a profitable... okay, let's put it this way. The data reporting is awesome, okay? All the information you're going to get about volume, about exact prices, exact item movements, don't get me wrong, that is amazing. But the downside about this feature itself is now that everyone has access to these margins, they're going to be tiny. I mean, what stops anyone from flipping the item? There's more competition on these items. Everyone knows where the item can be trading around at any given moment. And it's that price ambiguity is actually what helps you trade. People not knowing exactly for these lower volume items where you're trading around. So it is definitely very detrimental for that. And I'm very nervous going forward about what flipping is going to look like for me specifically, especially active flipping, and for these live streams. I mean, if everyone knows where I'm trading, then it's, I can't really stream. So I'm a little bit torn. I'm actually pretty upset about it. Not that I think the update is bad. I think overall for the game, it's a good update, but it's makes me a little bit sad. So I'm trying not to be upset about it. I'm trying to think positively, but it's definitely not great. Let's see. High volume. Oh, let me. Sorry, I missed everyone's comments. Welcome, everybody. Good to see everyone. We have STW Benny saying 3K more XP to 75K range. Good to see you, STW Benny. And 700 total level. Congrats to that. Now, we have XY saying high volume flipping probably won't be affected as much. Definitely won't be affect high volume flipping that much. But that is one of the lowest tiers of flipping. So, I mean, I think for high volume flippers, they shouldn't have to worry too much, just because even the high volume fluctuations are pretty frequent, so I wouldn't really worry about high volume flipping. Just at like higher tiers, or anything like even medium volume items, I mean, everything's going to get hurt for sure. But anyway. Robert L says, yo, good to see you, Robert L. Thank you for tuning in again today. And we also have Flacco the Gifted. Ooh, so many comments coming in today. But anyway, I mean, I don't really know what to do. I feel like pretty torn about it. I really have to think about it. And it happened like right before I was thinking about going streaming, or when I really found out about this update. So we'll have to see what happens. I mean, we're going to see how flipping goes today. We'll see if we make any money here today on some items. And, yeah, I guess we're just going to leave it up to the OSRS wiki from now on to see where items are trading around. So, I mean, that's definitely the new meta, at least for flipping. Now, I mean, there's a plus to that, right? You don't have to, first of all, you don't lose a quantity of an item every time you margin check. So you have a, you know, you're not going to eat into that 4-hour limit for the item. But at the same time, margins, they're probably not going to be great. It's the only thing I'm worried about. Very interesting margin on those Prim boots. I don't think we're going to touch those. What do you guys think about this update? Do you think it's good for flipping? Do you think it's bad for flipping? There are definitely pros and cons to real-time price information on everything here, but I mean, I honestly see more negatives than pros for me personally. For someone who has max cash in RuneScape from flipping, I see this as more of a negative than a positive. Although I am very excited about the level of information we're going to have for like GE Tracker and other websites tracking this information. I'm very happy for that. I think that's great for longer term investments, overnight flipping. That's awesome. But that, you know, it's not great for trying to make profits in an active flipping scenario. So, you know, I've thought about a couple things we could do on stream instead, and maybe we just don't do flipping streams anymore. I mean, I really have no idea. I'm really like pretty torn about this. Let's see, we're going to do the Abyssal Bludgeon next. We'll get a few of these listed. We'll let them do their thing on the exchange. Hopefully this price listing is accurate. I mean, we have to trust the OSRS wiki now, right? So we'll see if this works. And hopefully it does have an accurate margin for us. I have tested the margins on the site. They are pretty accurate for the most part. Although we're sitting here and we haven't sold the site yet, which might be a little bit of a problem. But we're not going to worry about it. We're going to get it done, and we're going to make a little bit of profit on that today. Anyway. Gyroscope says, it seems like it's going to be rough for bigger margin flips, like you said. Yeah, especially active flips, right? You know, it's one thing if you're flipping off stream and you have access to these margins. You know, that's one thing, right? But I'm literally on stream doing it, so anybody can look up the item on the wiki and anyone can see what I'm listing for, which is a shame. But we actually did go ahead and flip one of the sides, so I mean, that is a good sign right there. One thing that is helpful though is the lower volume items do fluctuate in price a fair bit, right? So even if you have the price listing, it doesn't always mean it's going to be exactly right at the exact moment that you complete the trade. So there is a little bit of fluctuation regardless, even if you have the margins on it. So, I mean, that's a plus. I mean, hey, we got one flip, so I guess that's working so far. Anyway, sorry, I'm so thrown off today, guys. Like, I'm just like, this update just came out of nowhere and totally is throwing me off course. How are you guys? You guys doing well today? Let me know. Be sure to drop a like if you are enjoying the stream. By the way, we are focusing on higher margin items today with the new release of this update. We're going to see if we can make a little bit of money off of it just using the OSRS wiki prices. But we might cycle out of these volatile orbs just because they might be just a little bit too low volume. Also, the Elysian is not really working out for us either, so we're going to cycle into the Twisted Bow next. So much activity in the live chat today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I mean, it's the first stream back for about a week or so, a little bit over, so thank you guys for tuning in. Seriously, do appreciate it. You can disable it if I remember, right? You can disable it, yes, but think about, like, the whole scale of old school RuneScape, right? Not everyone is going to disable that. And most people probably will leave it on if I had to guess. Travis says, you keep mentioning the update, but I tuned in after you said what the update was. The update is real-time price information coming to the Grand Exchange. Now, if you use the old school RuneScape wiki, you can find the margin on any item just by refreshing the page. So it's quite easy to find where margins are trading around. And this is extremely valuable for high margin items, right? Because those are items where there's a lot of ambiguity on the price. You don't really know where it's trading. And now that the wiki is going to show you where it's trading, I mean, it's just way easier to flip these items. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Dylan Brent says, hi, Mom. Good to see you, Dylan. Thank you for tuning in today. Sorry, I've been all over the place with the live chat today. We also have C9TKZ saying, hey, good to see you, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Furno says, is the update live? It is live, my good friend. It's, yeah, if you go to the old school RuneScape wiki, it'll show you the live price information. I really don't know how I feel about this and what it means for streams going forward. I really have no idea. Oh gosh, I don't know what to do. I mean, honestly, I'm really upset about it. Most people aren't going to turn the GE plugin off. I feel like most people might not even be aware of the update or even care that much or think it's a big deal at all. That's why I think it's going to have a, the volume on the site is obviously going to be way better than the volume on GE Tracker and things like that. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to argue that matter. And the reason that is because, obviously, RuneLite has a lot more active players than OS Buddy at this point. I don't think we need to make an argument for that one. Oh, it's live? I thought this was a coming update. They're going to do more with it as far as incorporating the prices into the RuneLite client, but it is live on the OSRS wiki, so you can go use that whenever you want to see item prices. I really wonder how this is going to play out in the long term. I mean, right now, we're not having a lot of difficulty at all, which is really great. So I can't really complain right now. I mean, this is actually turning out a lot better than I thought it would. Again, we could just be getting lucky, and this is very, very early on into the update here. We're already up 1.26 million GP, though, so that's very nice. We're going to cycle back in on the scythes here at actually a lower price. I think we can get a little bit more profit out of the scythe at this point. Just because, I mean, look, we have, like, what, 2 flips already? We're only making, like, 645k each. I think we can make a little bit more from that. Manipulation will be easier, in my opinion. You could bait people into buying a fake price. That is true as well, but the thing, because I thought through that, right? That is only for lower volume items. Holy, we're kind of turning some bank right now, boys. No cap. All right, let's go ahead and buy some more Twisted Bows here. We're actually making a fair bit. I mean, 2 sides, 1.26 mil so far. Twisted Bow for 1.1 mil, 2.6 mil in profit, and we're not that far into the stream, so I'm very happy about that. Now, I seriously am going to try to make a video, I think, tonight, just to kind of share my opinions on this update, what I think it means for flipping. Is it the end of flipping? I mean, who knows? Honestly, I have to think about it a little bit. It's definitely going to affect active flipping a lot. So if you're someone who likes to active flip flip, it's going to change the game for you, right? If you're not using the old school RuneScape wiki prices at this point with the real-time price information, you're going to be behind. You really will. It's such a powerful piece of information that everyone's got to use it. I mean, and that's it's like one of those things that like is revolutionizing the way people flip. Now, there's no going back after this, right? This doesn't seem like a big deal, but this is a monumental step for old school RuneScape flipping. I have no idea what the outlook is going to be like in the future, and trust me, like I'm saying this, I've done a ton of flipping on RuneScape. This is probably the single biggest update that's come to flipping since the release of the Grand Exchange. I honestly believe that. Not even GE Tracker existing is as big as this. This is insane. Which plugin on RuneLite is it? It's actually not a plugin on RuneLite, Dr. Scuzzy. Basically what it is it is something that RuneLite is doing on the back end that shows prices on the old school RuneScape wiki. So if that makes sense. But anyway. Jay Hefner says, don't know if you already reacted on this, but what do you think about the price volatility with these real-time prices? Would things like crashes be happening faster? Maybe less people instant panic selling, but more people will be aware of the movement. Honestly, I have to think about that. I think that the real-time price information is going to be very valuable. I actually think it might make price swings more insane. Just because, like, if you know the item is crashing really hard and you see that it's crashing really hard in the moment, you might want to sell it before it goes falls any further. That's actually a really good question. I don't know how that's going to affect it. The biggest thing, though, from this update is the volume. I think the volume, knowing the exact volume at any given time is, like, a huge plus, honestly. You can see when people buy in a bunch with the volume spikes, things like that. That's, like, super important information. But anyway, guys, enough of doomsday thinking here on the channel. How are you guys? I know it's been a while since we've had a stream. Be sure to drop a like if you're enjoying it. It really does help me out a lot. And let's make some money here on Old School RuneScape with these new huge changes coming to the game. I mean, this is insane what this new price information is going to do. I mean, the chat is just buzzing about this right now. And it would be good to get a video out on it and have my, my thoughts on that. So high margin items are going to be way more competitive, says Dr. Scuzzy. Absolutely. I mean, high margin items, like, basically making big profits on high margin items is going to be a thing of the past, unfortunately. Ice says, Happy International Women's Day. Absolutely. Shout out to all the women viewers on this channel, which is 0, by the way. I can see it in my analytics, just in case you were curious, okay? But maybe you have a special woman in your life. Make sure you tell her Happy International Women's Day, in case you forgot by this point. Wonder when sites like GE Tracker will start using the new flipping information. How do you disable reporting? I don't know. I feel like if you turn off the plugin, it probably won't send your information. That's what I had to guess. That would be my guess. I mean, I'm not really sure how to turn it off necessarily. But anyway, my information's on, so I probably should look into turning that off after this. I'm sure there's probably some documentation on it. Austin Shipley says, sadness engulfs me. Austin, man, it's a tough time for us flippers here today. But we basically, I mean, this is really weird. Why are we making so much money? Wait, could Scabenomics be wrong about this update? We're doing an amazing job right now as far as flipping goes here. So I can't really complain at this point. I don't love prices being publicly available, but at the same time, we're not doing too bad. Saints fan. You shaved the stash. I did shave the stash. It had to go for work purposes only. Otherwise, I would have kept it. Mike LaPanda said, yo, did that update already happen? It has. If you go on the Old School RuneScape wiki, you can see the real-time price information for each and every single item that is traded in Old School RuneScape. It is a crazy day today, man. This update is really going to throw things in a loop. And I bet, like, throughout this week, as more people become aware of it, margins will slowly shrink to nothing. would think it's a benefit to you right now since it's a new update and it is not known yet. Yeah, right now I'd say it's probably a benefit, but you know, I mean, it's not going to stay that way for long, right? Like all it takes is really flipping old school to make a video on it, which he guaranteed is going to do, and then basically everyone knows about it. So, or if I make a video on it, okay, that gives it some exposure. I need to be positive today, okay? I'm really trying to be positive. I just, this update is like so bad, in my opinion. Not just for flipping in general, but like for me and the live streams, like this, I mean, I'm not even motivated to flip, man. It's just so horrible. Nice goggle tan. I did go swimming, yes, on the, so I don't want to really explain it too much, but yes, I do have it's actually sunglass tan. So, you know, I did go to the beach on Saturday, okay, because we're there for work, but we're in a place with nice beaches. So all my coworkers and I, we went to the beach, okay, so I got nice and tan, but these are actually sunglass tan. So I got a big sunglass on my face. I also had to work outside some days, which really freaking sucked because it's so hot and you're wearing clothes like this and you're just like sweating. You got mad pit stains, but yeah, hey, not at the GE, okay? At least the GE's got an overhang, keep me nice and cool. There are no AC units there, but you know how it is. Flipping has changed forever. There's the title to your video. I had a different title, but I actually like that one more. So thanks for the title, some nerd. Actually, I actually might use that. Actually, I actually might say actually 100 times. Tongue twister for you. Wouldn't flipping bots crush margins on the commonly 8 limit items since they have accurate prices? I didn't even think about that either. That's not good. Oh, yeah. Wait, that's really bad. Wait, that's really bad. Wait. If bots can use which they definitely will use the prices. Oh, God. Oh, no. SS Kappa says, bots were already doing that before. They were doing it before, but now they can do it with pinpoint accuracy. They could share margins across, I guess, but... Oh, man. Today was just... I can't even believe it, man. It's like, I feel like so upset. You know, like... It's... Okay, it's a good update, but I'm so upset because what does this mean... What does this mean for flipping? You know what I mean? Like, what does this mean for flipping? I'm depressed. Jonathan Lee says, hey, I'm the guy that made the RuneLite/wiki thing. Sorry for killing your margins. I don't know if that's true or not, but Jonathan, welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for tuning in. Trust me, if it's you, I don't put any blame on you, man. I mean, I think it's a great update nonetheless. It's not great that it's gonna, you know, hurt high margin flipping, in my opinion, but hey, no hate against you, man. I get it. How much GP do you think we will have to give to RuneLite? Boys, pull together your bank so we can make a donation to RuneLite, and we can get these changes reversed. Flipping is probably going to hit smaller margins, but I think it opens up a lot of other ways to use that data. Absolutely, and I think the volume being incorporated into this is a huge plus. I mean, I think that for people who are getting into flipping, volume is something that is overlooked a ton. I mean, volume is like one of the most important metrics, and like you should definitely not overlook it. And you know, you guys know I have a ton of videos talking about volume and how you can actually use volume to benefit certain situations. And if you see someone, you know, volume spike and the price is going up like crazy, like, you know, people are buying in mass amounts, right? So anyway, the volume is a great addition. But buying into short-term dips is probably going to be highly profitable. It could be. I mean, the data is definitely going to be top tier, but for people who like to active flip, it's definitely not a great situation for them. Although I will say it's not the end. For people who active flip, it is not the end. But for people who like to live stream flipping, you see where we have an issue here? We have Rage Virus sending 100 bits, man. Thank you so much, Rage, dude. So generous. He says, how's it going, Escapenomics? Rough day today as far as updates, announcements go, eh? Oof sauce. Rage, well, what am I gonna do, man? You know, what am I gonna do, guys? You guys have to give me some, you know, I always try to be in a good mood on these streams, but I'm down in the dumps today, man. I really am. Why does Runelight hate the flipping community? I don't think they hate it. Like Jonathan was saying, I think this data unlocks just a different style of flipping. It benefits another area while it hurts the other side. So, but anyway, hold on one sec, guys. All right. Yeah, everything is out on the wiki, by the way. If you want to see price information, it is available on the wiki here today. It's not good for active flips. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, I've thought about things we could do on stream that are not active flipping at this point, right? Because this could be the end of live stream active flipping. I hate to say it, but, you know, we'll try to do flipping live streams this week with the price data and that being incorporated. But if everyone can see the price data, like, there's just not a lot of opportunity for me at this point, if other people have the data, right? So it's definitely not a great thing for me personally. I mean, for people who are, if you're not flipping on stream, it'll still be pretty good because, you know, people don't know what items you're flipping, right? And if you're flipping on an off-peak time, there might only be a couple people flipping some of these higher-end PVM items. You might all be able to flip them, and it should be fine. But when I'm literally showing people what I'm flipping, like, anybody can go on the wiki and see the price, which is just kind of a feels bad, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, I just haven't really thought through what I'm gonna do yet. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably do some PVM related stuff. I think I'm gonna do something like that. I don't know yet. You could stream with a delay, but that has other downsides, viewer interaction. That's a good point, actually. Could put a delay on it. Yeah, the thing I love about the streams is, like, I really try to use the like, flipping is just something we do in the background, kind of. I love to use the live streams as a platform, right? So that way I can teach you guys how to flip with your cash stacks, you know, regardless of if you have 100 mil, a billion GP, whatever it is. The live streams are great because you guys can ask me questions in real time. If there's a delay, yes, I'll still answer questions, but there's going to be a delay on it. And thank you, TKZ, for the follow, man. Do appreciate it. God, I'm all over the place. I can't stop thinking about this update, man. It's just like, it stinks, man. I'm not upset it's happening. I'm upset because of what it means for my live streams. You know, I don't think for flipping in old school RuneScape, I mean, yeah, sure, it hurts active flipping a little bit, but you know, hurting active flipping versus killing something you love doing is, like, sort of a shame. So many great ideas. Like, if you guys want to message me ideas on Discord, I would really appreciate it, because I know I'm just missing a ton of comments here. But anyway, Rado says, what the heck is happening to the rapier? Went from 111 mil to 124 mil and more. I think what's happening with the rapier and a lot of this PVM gear right now is it's starting a price recovery. So people are buying in after they see these prices coming way up. And I think that's widespread across a lot of items, right? We're seeing this with Ancestral Gear. We're seeing this with the Sanguesti Staff, Avernic Defenders. A lot of people are buying back in from this, like, recent crash that we had. So do I think it's a good time to buy and invest in these items? It could be. I'd like to see if it's going to slow down a bit. I actually probably think that the Grazi is going to go, like, all the way past 140 mil again, probably in a straight line pretty quickly. But again, I could be completely wrong. Just from what I've seen in, like, past recoveries, I think that's what's going to happen with item prices again. Rage Virus says, my sub expired. That's got to change right now. Oh, Rage, don't do it to me, man. You're going to spoil me, man. Why did the LA crash? I think it crashed because everything else was crashing. So what's happening is a lot of GP is getting removed from the game, and it's public information is going out about this, right? I forget the mod's name. It starts with a T, mod something. We'll just call him Mod T, right? He's banning, I think it's Mod Twisted, or Mod Tyron, correct me if I'm wrong. Tyron, thank you. He's banning a lot of bots, right? And he's publicly tweeting about it. People know he's banning a lot of bots. So people assume that GP is getting removed from the game, right? So if GP is getting removed from the game, that's very deflationary. And if GP is getting removed from the game, well, your GP specifically is worth more, right? Because your cash tag in relation to the economy is going to be worth more as GP is removed from the game from bots. So when that happens, item prices come down as people want cash more than they want items, because cash is worth more. And that's why you see a lot of these items deflating. But there was a very strong price recovery that has already started. It's been within like the last 24 hours of a ton of items coming back up in price. So interesting to see that. I think this Twisted Bow is a little bit dead in the water. We'll see what the real-time price is over on the wiki here now that we have access to it. Very, very nice. Now, I don't know how accurate these real-time prices will be. I assume they're going to be pretty accurate, as most people will likely not disable the real-time price updates. So, or won't know how to. I think if you turn off the Grand Exchange plugin, it will not update your prices to the old school RuneScape wiki. I could be wrong on that though. OSRS KLU says TOB is increasingly overfarmed. There will be no recovery, in my opinion. I think that's wrong, man. I think RuneScape is very cyclical. I think a lot of items that crash always come back in price. We see this over time. We see this with more players coming into the game, when players leave the game. Stuff like this happens all the time, right? And I think that now that Steam is open for, old school RuneScape is open to Steam, we'll put it that way, I think that's actually going to bring more players over time. I think it's more likely to bring returning players to the game than it is to bring brand new players from the Steam platform. Because think about it, right? Like, at this point, if you haven't heard about RuneScape, you're probably not going to play it, okay? Old school RuneScape, the graphics are not going to appeal to a modern audience very much. I mean, maybe as a mobile game, but I would not say as a Steam game for sure. Although, old school RuneScape, regardless of the graphics, I mean, a lot of people get stuck up on the graphics, but it's a great game. It's one of the best MMOs out right now, in my personal opinion. I might be a little bit biased on that, but I really do think it's one of the best MMOs. And just because the Jagex team is so in tune with the community. Yes, Jagex has their shortcomings, but they really care about the community, I think. So, anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream today, drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. Give us a follow over on Twitch if you're watching over on there. I'm having a little bit of a freak out today, even though we are doing a couple flips here, just because this real-time RuneLite pricing data is really throwing me off. We'll see what we have to do here in regards to that. Don't know what's going to be the future of these live streams. Luckily, flipping will not die. So flipping is going to survive, guys. Don't you worry. Flipping's not going to go anywhere. It's just the kind of the flipping quote-unquote meta has changed a lot, right? So we'll see what happens. Does the update make a GE tracker obsolete? Yes and no. In the current moment, still no, because the overtime data, like the price graphs on GE Tracker for like the daily or the weekly view, are still going to be relatively accurate price-wise. But for real-time price data, yeah, you can't rely on GE Tracker for that. Also, long-term, GE Tracker will likely adopt the new RuneLite data flow, or like the API data source. So the GE Tracker will have the updated information in the future, if I had to guess. I mean, it's probably going to be the same thing with Platinum tokens. They're going to get the new price data going into their systems, and then they're going to have actually way more accurate reporting, which is actually going to be better for us. So that's great. Yes, there will be a few clients and one plugin being worked on. The GE Tracker has price history. Yeah, exactly. There's price history on GE Tracker as well. And again, over time, I do think they'll probably adopt the price information from RuneLite. I mean, it would be really dumb for them not to do that. What if we all move to OS, buddy? Saint, if only, man. If only, dude. But I don't see that happening anytime soon, I'll tell you that. Now, we do have 427 mil sitting on the sideline. We might as well do something with it. Let's go ahead and try to flip some Justicia armor here, guys. Let's do the face guard, one of my personal favorites. It's so weird, like, I don't even have to perform margin checks anymore. Like, it just feels so odd. I'm definitely not used to it. Of course, doing a real-time margin check will give you the most accurate price information, even if RuneLite might be off a little bit. If people have it disabled or whatever, and it's not the most up-to-date information, then yes, RuneLite is going to give you... RuneLite's going to be your best data source if you don't want to perform a margin check as far as price information goes. GE Trackers also has item suggestions. Won't it be OP when they adopt the new feed? It could be, for sure, man. But... that's like a big feature I love about GE Tracker, is that ability to build item lists really easily just by like favoriting items is like my favorite thing on the thing, or my favorite thing on the platform. Whew. Every time I come back after a break, my commentary is so rough, man. Do you think that nightmare items will retain their value over time? Incoming Scapenomics flipping client. Dude, Dr. Scuzzy, man, I wish. I just wish I need to pair up with like a good developer that knows how to do that. Would gladly pay for it. But anyway. OSRS KLU says, do you think that the nightmare items will retain their value over time? I just read this. Probably not. All items in RuneScape tend to trend downward over time, just the longer they've been in the game. There's very few items that haven't done that, the Elysian being one of them. It's one of the ones that has kind of held its price for a long time. But for the most part, items do trend downward over time, so I would say probably not. To be fair, I would still watch you fishing shrimp, says Jay Hefner. I mean, hey, maybe like we use the live streams to focus on skills and actually max out my account. Not complete max, okay? But like combat max or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure out a way to do it. Another thing I was thinking of is we could do like flipping workshop kind of deals. Like Manatee Gaming, he does a lot of these where he just talks about a flipping topic and he brings up information about it. He does flipping in the background and he just answers questions regarding that flipping topic for the most part. So we could do something similar to that. And, you know, I really don't want to end flipping on these live streams. Like, I would hate to do that, but I don't know what we're going to do, so. Jonathan Lee says, sorry, what did you want to pair up with a developer for? Well, I was thinking, like, yeah, like a flipping client or like a flipping website. Like, I would love to do something like that. I think it would just be a great, you know, addition to the channel, or like to just the whole Scapenomics brand. Come on, the whole Grand Exchange brand. Like, I've got a good name for it too. I'm obviously not going to share it. I've thought about this a lot because it was something I wanted to do in the past, but the thing that was actually stopping me was not having accurate price information, right? So now that RuneLite is available, for the RuneLite data is available, I would love to partner up with a developer and make like a website that's like kind of like GE Tracker, but on the, like, it's not like, it's just like similar graphs and stuff like that for all item prices and things like that, but using the RuneLite data. Like, if we could do something like that, that would be freaking awesome, man. The Flipping Utilities developer is making an update to duplicate the built-in RuneLite GE plugin without the data collection. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, same kind of similar thing, which is great. Oh, Kane, thank you for the follow, man. Do appreciate it. Welcome to the flipping team. Glad to have you. But again, like, I would love to I just think we can make something very aesthetically pleasing from a website standpoint, right? With some developers, and it would look good. We could have good information on the graphs. We have good volume on there, good graphs, things look good. Scapenomics branding on there. You know, we'll put like top traded items on there, just like the real RuneScape website. We could put a couple more data points in there that market watch kind of thing. Like, you can see all the items that have had, you know, maybe the lower volume items that have had big price movements. You can see volume spikes. I just think I have a lot of good ideas for it now. I would just love to do it. Because, you know, if you're so into flipping and stuff like that, you want to expand a little bit, you know? So, I don't know. It's probably a pipe dream, but anyway. Hello, flipping client here for my 3 o'clock appointment. When should I go for Bone Crusher, says, Doken. Honestly, someone in the chat might be better at answering that question than me. I'll tell you that right now. We're doing that on the wiki. Oh, whoa, that's freaking awesome, man. Dude, that's amazing. Can't wait to see it. Come talk to me on Discord if you want to make specific suggestions. Sounds good. Woo! Love it, man. See, that's what I love about old school RuneScape. Freaking, like, we have developers who are spending their time for free, literally putting these developments in on the old school RuneScape wiki. I mean, maybe it's not free, I don't know. Maybe that's not my business to ask, but it's amazing. Like, people really care about the RuneScape community, and that's what makes it such a good MMO. Anyway, 248 mil left. We got to put it into something. As you can see, we can't get any luck on our Justiciar Helm price here, which is a little bit sad. We'll adjust it a little bit. But again, it's not like it's, you know, sometimes if you're flipping without having real-time price information, you're still going to list incorrectly. So, hey, maybe we just got unlucky. We'll see. To be honest, RuneScape isn't a game anymore. It's a tight-knit cult. You could say that. I mean, I think the flipping community is I think actually the flipping community is pretty close-knit, I would say. I would have to say that, like, between the Scapenomics community, you know, flipping masterminds, flipping utilities, like, we must, you know, have a decent, you know, influence over flipping in some sense. Flipping in 2019 and 2020 was insanely profitable. You know, I'm actually very excited to see the new flipping meta. Like, will things still be good to flip? We're still going to be able to make a decent profit per hour flipping actively? I don't know. I think this might be the era of the overnights, I have to say. Can you say, hey, Lamar, for my brother watching? Yes, what's up, Lamar? Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're flipping some items, Lamar. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm Mike OSRS, giving the double carrots. Very nice. Darren Hawkins says, flipping utilities, said he's making a website app. Why don't you partner with him? We're actually already, oh, a website app. Flipping utilities is? Done deal, man. I'm going to go talk to him right after this. By flipping utilities, I'm assuming you mean Gamers Rise Up. I'm assuming you're talking about him. I don't know. Maybe he'll want to partner with me. We'll see. We'd have to talk about the logistics on that one. He announced it yesterday. Ooh. Well, well, well. I don't know, because he kind of has, like, his flipping, like, the thing is, I don't really have the technical experience to build something like that myself. So in my eyes, it's like, that's my branding is on there, and I can, like, push it through. Like, I can do pipeline work, but he already kind of has that figured out. So I don't know. I'll talk to him. Anyway, we did get a Twisted Bow here, so let's go see where this thing's trading around. It's so weird now that, like, you have to use the old school RuneScape wiki to find price information. It's totally changed the way flipping works. I mean, I don't even have to do a margin check or anything. Like, it just feels crazy. Anyway, guys, I hope you are enjoying the stream today. Sorry, I always try to keep a positive mood, but I'm a little bit down in the dumps today trying to figure out the future of my live streams here, so I do apologize for that. But if you are enjoying it, definitely drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. 45 people over on YouTube, 17 over on Twitch, I see. That is incredible. Thank you guys for tuning in. Seriously, I mean, I'm so pessimistic today, and you guys are just here to support me, and it's awesome. So anyway, again, more logistical things to be thought about on these streams. We'll see where the future is going for these things with all the real-time price information that is now being offered. Anyway, Alex, thank you for the follow, man. Do appreciate it. Welcome to the flipping team. And let me know if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash deck or anything related to flipping. Josh Gomez says, keep your head up, man. I'm sure you'll figure something out. I'm going to do my best, man. And wow, the site flipped as well. So, I mean, look, I'm all down in the dumps saying flipping is not going to be good anymore. And we're already up to a 4.6 mil profit, not even trying that hard. So, again, not flexing, just saying, which is crazy. So, maybe it's not the end of these streams. You know, there is one thing, like, if you're flipping like higher margin items, not that many people can flip higher margin items, so there's a little bit of that gets involved in it. Like, how many people would be competing with me even if they see the items on stream? That's like one thing that goes, it's or like one consideration, but anyway. Gyroscope giving the subscription. Let's go, man. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, dude, over on Twitch, man. Seriously, that's amazing, dude. Thank you so much. I mean, I just do this for fun, so to have people actually put money in is incredible. Thank you so much. I don't know if you resubscribed, Rage. I don't know if you did or not. I didn't see it pop up, so if you did as well, thank you, Rage. But you know, Rage, I always support you, man. You're so amazing to your community and towards my community as well, so we really appreciate it. Tristan says, Hero, my man, the dedication is real. Good to see you, Tristan. Wow, tons of people now. Oh my god, I didn't even think about Third Age. Third Age, now that you have the real-time price information, is going to be nuts. I mean, wow, I didn't even think about that. What is the new update? Live price data? Yes, live price data is the new update. And it's throwing me off, man. I'm trying to act excited about this new time or this real-time price information. I'm trying to, you know, be in good spirits about it. But I don't know. It's just might affect flipping in a negative way that's might affect these live streams. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, man. And I try to be positive, but and you can tell I'm forcing it out of myself. But it's really a shame. I don't know what we're going to do with these streams. Love the content. It's the least I can do. Thank you, Gyro, man. Do appreciate it. Whew. All right. Are we going to survive this data crisis, guys? What do you think? Are we going to make it through? We have in the past. Real-time RuneLite or OSRS itself? It's RuneLite, but it's like, I mean, majority of the players use RuneLite, so it's accurate information. We'll put it that way. And if you guys are curious, you can find this real-time information on the OSRS wiki. So if you want to see where prices are on certain items, you want to see margins, you just go check the real-time prices on the OSRS wiki, and it'll show you. Ooh, that's interesting. Very interesting. Anyway. It's all good. We will find a way. We will find a way. Absolutely. And don't worry. Flipping content is definitely not going to stop. If we have to change the style of it, that's what it is. But we're going to keep pushing, guys. Wait, is the real-time info bad? Pippo Gaming. Oh, good to see you, man. It's not that the information is bad. It's just that the information is good, okay? I think from a long-term investing standpoint and you know, all things considered, you know, quote-unquote, for the little guy, I think the information is good, to be honest. For people with smaller cash stacks who are trying to get into flipping, I think the real-time information is good. That being said, the only problem with the real-time information is for higher margin items, it's going to make them significantly less profitable. And we just instant bought a scythe by accident, which, you know, that's good. That's good. It's a good start there. But anyway, before I lose my train of thought, yes, for high margin items, it's kind of detrimental, right? Because now people know where the items are trading around, which is not good. Very, very bad. Just because price ambiguity is such an important factor when you're flipping these low or these high margin items, right? Because they're lower volume, people don't know where the price is trading around, and that's how you move the items easier and get massive margins on these things. So anyway, we're going to hope this just bounces back really quick here. And we'll cycle in for another one at a much cheaper price. Arcane Scrolls gave a 60k margin, and they were very cheap right now for anyone who wants to flip it. Anyway, flip Flax, that's where it will be. I don't know how Flax is going to work out, man. But yeah, I'm a little bit down today, guys. A little bit down. We'll have to see. I mean, you know, what I'm planning on doing is at least I'm just going to keep doing these streams for now, and then we'll see what happens. I mean, if we come to a point where we're really having trouble making profits, then we'll obviously switch what we do, but it seems to be okay for now. Make a Lumbridge locked Ultimate Iron Man for the content. I actually do have another good series idea, which was luckily given to me from one of my mods that I'm going to do. And listen, I think this is going to, like, if you want, here's the thing is I make so much informational content, okay? So this, you know, you have Scapenomics informational content, okay? Which is like 100% of the content on this channel. But now you're going to have Scapenomics entertainment content, okay? So this new series, it's going to be a lot of fun, okay? And I don't want to say anything about it because I had the idea before I went on my work trip. Now I'm back and I am ready. Okay, I'm ready to make this series. I think it's going to be a blast. I can't wait for the integrity update paired with the combat achievements to drop. Absolutely, Rage Virus. Hopefully, Rage, I don't know if you're invested in anything, but maybe you've got some investments going. Maybe you even bought further into your investments as this market just dipped. And hopefully it's full steam ahead for you, man. Kappa says it will come down to a lot more micromanaging active flips now. 100%. I mean, it's all going to be about the micro if you're active flipping. I mean, you're going to have to be way on top of your items. Like, no more, sitting here talking for 20 minutes about these items while they just rot in the Grand Exchange. Probably a good thing to keep me on track. And let's go ahead and sell these face guards back. Let's see. Now that we have our trusty old school RuneScape wiki, whoa, G Trust Fund coming in with the 10. Woo! Thank you, man. He says props for the positive vibes as always. Thank you for the 10, man. Seriously, appreciate it. You guys always bringing me up, even when I'm a little bit down. Okay, seriously, that's awesome. Thank you guys thank you, Jay, for the 10, man. Seriously, it's awesome. Oh. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? It feels like the world is ending. That's what it feels like. As more people learn about this update, as, Flipping Old School inevitably makes his video on this, I'll make my video on this, share my opinions. I don't, maybe I'll do it today. I don't know what maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. I kind of want to do it today, but I'm just in a depression state right now. Not actually, but like, this blows, man. Again, I just want to make this clear. No hate to the old school RuneScape wiki. I think the update that they put in, the effort they put in is incredible. I think overall it's a great update for price information. No hate on that. It's just like it affects me in a negative way for the most part. So, but no hard feelings because honestly, if they didn't do it, someone else was going to do it. So, I'm glad it was the wiki that did it, considering how much they do for the community. Let me actually find the margin on these face guards real quick. Oh, wow. I'm going to try to sell them for here, even though it's above what the average stated margin is here. We'll see if these actually do sell. People will be lazy with their flips now. Definitely going to be a lot more laziness behind flipping. Not that you can just check the price online. Makes it a little bit easier. Flipping has definitely become a little bit easier with this update, that's for sure. I'm just scared that the margins are just going to shrink for active flipping, and it'll be more investment focused, which is fine. I mean, I like doing investments too. The reason I think it's bad is because over time, I think it will bring less flippers, right? Because if margins are smaller, then you can't make as much profit. It makes flipping less appealing, like active flipping. And active flipping is like the #1 way to bring people into flipping, right? How many people start learning how to flip with investments? Like almost nobody I know has done that. It all starts with like learning how to active flip. Then after you learn active flipping, you go into overnight flipping. So it's just a concern from like, not only it's a concern for the flipping community, I think for sure. Definitely, as bringing more people on board, and I think that's not great. Because for me, it's like my channel is all about teaching people how to flip, right? Getting people up to speed, getting them introduced to flipping, teaching them how to flip. And I want to take people every step of the way. Like, I want people to learn from a 10 mil stack, 20 mil stack, 50, 100. I want them to do the same thing I did. Go from 9 mil to a max cash. I mean, and it's, when you think about bringing people on board to flipping now, it's a whole different approach. The margins might not be as great. It's just hard to see. Stu Flea says, time to pick up trading for dummies and learn IRL strategies to practice in game, especially on higher volume stuff, Stu. Absolutely, man. So it's definitely going to change the meta a lot. I want to see you utilize those candle charts. Oh, Stoof, I got you, buddy. Don't you worry. Will be interesting, man. And I'm just hoping that whatever, whoever picks up the website, whoever's going to make the website with the data and stuff like that, I just hope they do it really, really nicely. We get a great UI and use it. I mean, I'm even hoping GE Tracker does that. That would be my preference. I mean, I would love if GE Tracker just did a little bit of a UI overhaul, and with the real RuneLite price information, we get that in there. We can see the candles. Ooh, I can feel it, but it definitely is going to be a little bit different as far as active flipping goes. It changes the way flipping operates a lot. Honestly, I only active flip. Nothing will change on my end. Hopefully not. I mean, hopefully these margins are going to stay big and stuff like that. That's the only problem, is it's going to shrink margins, in my opinion. Technical analysis. That's right, Jay. That's right, man. It's Troll Time Baby says, how much capital would be needed to influence the price of an items like sides and make the price spike? I mean, 8-10 bill, I would say. A couple accounts. Let's see. Man, even more motivated to try for a quant degree. OSRS high frequency trading when? Yo, imagine. That'd be crazy. God, if we're not far off. I mean, once a couple good data tools come out, I mean, we're gonna be right there. Question is, though, how new are those wiki price margins? Like 30 seconds, they're like brand new. Like as soon as it happens, they get uploaded. It's crazy. The landscape is changed forever. It really is. Can't we avoid this? What is changing about flipping? Basically, why can't we avoid this by not flipping on RuneLite? The problem is you can flip on another program, right? You can do that. But first of all, you're not going to get flipping utilities, okay? Which would blow. Flipping utilities is freaking amazing. Second, though, that's just you not giving your information, right? Which is good, right? That's one step of the problem. But another step is if other people contribute information to the exchange, then other people can view that information, right? So you might have a good margin on something, but everybody playing or everybody on the Old School RuneScape wiki site can see that margin. And even if they can't see your margin, they will see the average margin that is being traded by other players. So it's a little bit funky. Yeah, it's not a great outlook for active flipping, especially high margin stuff. So we'll see. I think the high margin stuff is going to be the, maybe some of the smaller margin stuff going forward with this update. Again, no hate towards the OSRS wiki. I think overall it's good from like a data reporting standpoint. And I think there were problems with GE Tracker manipulations, and not that GE Tracker did the manipulations, but people manipulating the site for third parties, that is. So from a data standpoint, it's good. From an active flipping standpoint, it's not great. It's one thing if it's like, oh, we'll give you the most accurate information every, 30 minutes on this site. We'll show you a graph of like where the items have been trading around the past 30 minutes. And then it like uploads a chunk on the graph. That's one thing. That would be like my preference, but we're not going to get that. So, can you dumb it down, please? Yeah. So Old School RuneScape wiki is going to put the price information of items on its site at any given time. That's basically the summary. Yeah, so more undercuts, more competition on flips because everyone knows where the price is, and smaller margins. That's what we're looking for going forward here. Anyway, I'm going to cut out... Oh, wow, we finally got one of the Justiciar face guards sold, so that's nice. But yeah, now our flipping style might be like more geared towards 30-minute to an hour flips, and we just kind of talk through flips a little bit more on stream. But anyway, Koinonia says, how's it going, Scape? Just got a haircut, feeling like $1 million. I'm glad you feel like $1 million, Coin, because I am a little bit down in the dumps with this new real-time price information update coming to the Old School RuneScape wiki. I think it's going to have a pretty negative effect on active flipping, unfortunately. So we'll have to see. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to do a bunch of active flipping offline here over the next couple of days, see how I do, see if the profits are relatively the same. As time goes on, more people are going to adopt this, finding the price information off the wiki. It's not that widespread as far as, it being known yet. As soon as, Flipping Old School makes his video on this, then, that's going to change the landscape, right? So, anyway, just keep it in your back pockets, guys. It's a little bit of a tough time for us here on the Escapenomics channel over on Twitch and YouTube. So, we'll think about ways to push through this, push past this, think of new flipping streams, anything like that. 4K subs in 30 subs. Yeah, dude, we are super close to 4K subscribers on YouTube, guys. So if you're new around here, be sure to give us a subscription over on YouTube. We really would appreciate it. I bring a ton of flipping guides, flipping strategies, flipping tips and tricks to the channel. So we'd really love to have you guys in there. And as well, you can join us on Discord, link in the description below. And yeah, I mean, thank you guys for tuning in today. I think we're going to wrap it up here. It's just a very, very interesting day today. But, I mean, at the same time, guys, using the real-time information, we did make 5.5 mil. It's not too bad. I mean, it's looking pretty good. I know I'll be able to adapt. Jay Hefner says he knows I'll be able to adapt. I'm not worried about my money making. We're going to be good. The only thing that I am not looking forward to is how am I going to change the streams to make the streams entertaining while not being able to showcase flipping and bring on new members. It's going to be a little bit different going forward. So we'll figure it out. I'm not worried. I have to just do a little bit of brainstorming. But anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. My first stream back in like over a week. Or I think it was like 10 days. So look forward to more of this, guys. I'll try not to be down in the dumps next time. Next time, we're going to hit it hard. We're going to see what we can make on the Grand Exchange here on Wednesday, even with these real-time price updates. As that kind of information settles in a bit more, we're going to do our best to make money. And we'll see if it works. We'll see if it doesn't work. Maybe we'll have to change the strategy. Who knows? All I know is I'm going to keep bringing you the flipping content, not that you need, but that you deserve. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in the next one on Wednesday. And thank you for tuning in. Do appreciate it. See you later.